Let's look at the top hiking trails around Springfield, Missouri. Let's go! What's going on, guys? Jesse Weiser. I'm a real estate broker here in Springfield, Missouri. I'm so excited to tell you guys about the top trails around Springfield, Missouri. My wife and I love hiking trails. We love walking. We love not really steep stuff. We like the easy stuff, okay? But I'm gonna tell you all of the trails around here. If there's anything I know about the Ozarks, it's about the great outdoors. We're home of Bass Pro, so we love our outdoor activities, and one of those is hiking. Now, if you love this area and you wanna move here, obviously there is wiserlivingrealty.com. You can check out any houses. There's actually houses that run along these trails. Pretty cool. So if at all you want to buy a house here in Springfield, Missouri, don't hesitate to reach out. Email me, text me. All the information is down in the description, or you can literally just Google it and find all the information to reach out to me. I would love to hear from you, and I want to work with you. That's why I make these videos, so we can connect. So reach out. So let's talk about some trails. That's why you came. These are probably our top trails around the area. And if you know more trails, drop it down in the comments. We want to know. Everybody wants to. That's why we're coming to these videos, so we know what trails are around here. So the first one is the Springfield Conservation Nature Center Trail. Now, I actually own a rental house that backs up to this trail, and it's actually really cool. This is my favorite trail to go to, just because there's so much terrain, so much different things that you see along the trail. It's pretty cool. It is located within Springfield on the southeast side of town. The trail is about 2.1 miles long, give or take, depending on if you want to take the long trail, short trail, extended trail, any type of thing, but it's roughly 2 miles long. It takes about 45 minutes to complete if you're making a good pace. If you stop and look at the fish, look at the turtles, look at the wildlife, then it's gonna take you obviously longer than 45 minutes. But if you're trucking it and you don't care about nothing but the trail, 45 minutes. So one of the things about the Springfield Nature Center is you can't bring pets there and you can't bike there. So it's great for hiking, running. I don't know why you would run. That would literally kill me. That's what if I ran there, because it's just up and down. I just wanna let you know that you can't bike or bring a pet there. But the biggest pro is there's a lot of wildlife. You're supposed to enjoy the nature center, and that's why they have it. Now, really close by the nature center is actually Lake Springfield Park Trail. The James River actually flows straight into Springfield Lake. It is really not that far from the nature center. It is 2.2 miles long, and it takes about 48 minutes to complete. If you want a view of the lake and a nice walk, go here. They have the Lake Springfield Park and Boathouse where you can rent canoes, kayaks, and paddle boards. It's good for families, and dogs are welcome on a leash here. The one thing that I know about Lake Springfield is literally the kayaking and everything like that. Now let's talk about the Table Rock Lakeshore Trail. Now this goes through a marina and stuff like that, but it goes along the east side of Table Rock, which is in Branson, Missouri, and it takes about 45 minutes to an hour depending on how fast you drive, but that's how far it is from Springfield. The trail is about 4.4 miles, so you're gonna be there a while. About an hour and a half is about how long the trail is. Now it is a popular area for birding, fishing, and running. So this trail is actually kind of cool. It goes along the dam, and you can see Chateau on the lake, you can see the lake, you can see all the cool stuff. It's good for families. It has a paved trail that is stroller and wheelchair friendly. Table Rock Lake is in the scenic hills of the White River Valley. It's primarily a fishing and recreational boating destination, and dogs are welcome on a leash. I feel like that's all people care about on these trails, if it's dog friendly. Next up is the Wilsons Creek National Battlefield Trail. What a mouthful. Now it is out in Brookline, Missouri, which is about a 20-minute drive of southwest Springfield. Not very far at all. Now this is called Wire Road. The trail is 3.4 miles. This trail actually goes through directly, takes you through the history of the Wilsons Creek. There's another one that goes all the way around, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. Now the trail does take about an hour and 20 minutes to complete if you're slow. Just kidding. Now this place is great for hiking, walking, and horseback riding, and it's unlikely that you will see many other people there. This historic battlefield features several interpretive trails that lead visitors through the battlefield. This historic path is where buffalo and other wildlife created a natural path across the Ozarks. Native Americans also inhabited this area and traveled these routes, as well as French trappers and Spanish explorers. Along this path, they set up signs that tell of its historical significance. So for all the history buffs, this is a great trail for you. There's also just the Wilsons Creek National Battlefield Road that stretches 5.1 miles and takes about 1 hour and 55 minutes to complete, that goes in a circle around the area. Now this is a Missouri National Park, so that is really cool. Now the next one actually sounds like the last one, Wilsons Creek, but it's called Wilsons Creek Greenway Trail via Taos Trailhead. Now this one is on the west side of Springfield and it's pretty long. It's 11.9 miles. It starts at Rutledge Wilson Farm Park and it goes down south from there. So it's pretty far. It takes a whopping 3 hours and 52 minutes to walk the whole thing. So obviously we're getting longer and longer and longer. So if you want to take a full half day to walk this sucker, there you go. Which kind of leads into the Greenway Trail is actually like a non-for-profit, and they've sponsored a lot of trails around Springfield. I think their goal is to get like 1 billion miles of walking trails in Springfield. Just kidding. Their goal is to get 200 miles of walking trails around Springfield. So that's a pretty cool goal. And it's great to have a non-for-profit that wants that, because I mean, I want more walking trails. I want to get outside. My wife and I love walking together. So I'm kind of excited for that. So that leads into the next few that we have, and I'll let you know which ones literally are built by the Greenway Trail. So I'm excited to tell you all of these, and they're really pretty hiking trails. So the next one is the Frisco Highline Trail, which is, I grew up in Willard, and the Frisco actually goes through Willard. And that is one of the pros of Willard, is the Frisco Highline Trail. And I did not know that it was the Greenway Trails that sponsored that. And, you know, obviously the Frisco is an old railroad track that they concreted, and that people can walk, bike, walk their dog. Like my wife and I walked the Frisco a lot when we lived in Willard. So the Frisco Highline Trail starts in Springfield, right off kind of Kearney Street, and goes up through Willard and all the way up to Bolivar. It's long, it's about 35 miles long. So obviously that equates to forever to walk it, okay? I'm just kidding. I have down here that it takes 10 hours and 56 minutes to walk. So if you have 1 full day to walk it, you totally can if you want to. It is a popular trail for road biking, running, walking, but you can still enjoy some solitude during quieter times of the day. It's a new paved trail that follows the old railway tracks, has a scenic route for hiking, biking, and horseback riding through farmland, forest, and small towns. But dogs are welcome on the Frisco Trail, and in some areas, they can be unleashed into the wild. Hopefully they know how to come back. The next Greenway Trail is actually one that is a big talk right now, and they're kind of building it. So it's called the Chadwick Flyer Trail. Now this is a really big topic right now. If you're in the hiking community, I mean, this is top-notch information, okay? We did recently have an interview with the Ozark mayor that talked about the upcoming of the Chadwick Flyer. If you want to see it, check it out right here in this link. But he talked about it connecting Ozark all the way to Springfield. I mean, it's going to be a long one. It's 16.7 miles, and it's a long trail. You heard it first here, guys. Unless you're watching this like 10 years later, then obviously you're last. You are the last one to hear it. And parts of it actually intersect with the Greenway Trail, which intersects with the Nature Center, I'm just kidding. But they all kind of intersect with each other, and it's actually kind of cool. Which leads into the Galloway Creek Greenway Trail. Now this is actually kind of cool. I've walked it once, and it goes through what the cool kids, call it the Coreytown area, or the Galloway area, or the Sequoia Park area, or Lone Pine, which is the street that runs along. There's literally 5 to 4 different names you can call the area, but it's a really pretty area of Springfield, and there's a Greenway trail that goes right through it. And it also connects to many other things. This is about 9.7 miles long, and it takes about 3 hours to complete. It is popular for road biking, running, and walking. Dogs are welcome on a leash and have some areas for them to open play. It is a mix of urban and rural views. There will be plenty of spots to stop along the way. Now, this trail is wheelchair and stroller friendly, so that's a big plus. Now, there are some benches and picnic tables along the way. So I think that's really cool. You can take a little picnic, you can walk, and it's just a grand old time. Now, it is great for families, and it is a very popular spot. I mean, just the Corey town itself, or Galloway area, or Sepiota area, or Lone Pine area, it's just a nice, quaint little area in Springfield, Missouri. On to Fellows Lake, which is the water source for Springfield, if you didn't know that. Now, we wanted to include Fellows Lake because that's some great options just north of Springfield. Not everything is South Springfield. They have at least 6 trails you can find up around this lake, including Uncle Frank Trail, Valhalla Trail, Jerry's Loop, Little Burr, and Local Lore Loop, the Hoff Trail. They go all around the lake. I actually grew up going to Fellows Lake and fishing with my grandpa, and it's just a really great area with a lot of rock along the shore. Brings back so many memories. Yeah, it's more of a fishing lake, but there are a lot of trails for people to walk, run, hike, whatever. Another memory I have of Fellows Lake is there was like a little park area, and we used to swing and have picnics. It was a grand old time. Another north of town trail is the Fulbright Spring Greenway Trail. Now, this is still part of the Greenway collection. It is about 7.9 miles and will take about 2.5 to 3 hours to complete. It's great for road biking, running, and walking. Now, I want to talk about one of my favorites. This is probably top 2, if not top 1 trail, and it's the Dogwood Canyon Nature Park. Now, when you go, this is owned by Johnny Morris. Obviously, it's part of his non-for-profit, but when you go, it's right in between these canyons, and water feature obviously going through. There's a river, and you go into the building and you cross the river to get into the walking part. And when you get down in there, it's a huge limestone like bluff, and I think it's a fake waterfall, but boy, do they make it look nice. It is near Lampe, Missouri, which is quite the drive from Springfield. It's about an hour 15 from Springfield, Missouri to get to the Dogwood Canyon. It's a 6.2 mile loop. I don't know if it's a loop, but it's more like a walk straight in and walk straight back. Last time I was there, I went about 3 miles until it dried up, and then was like, I'll just walk back. So we walked 3 miles back. So we did 6 miles altogether. You can rent bikes there, which a lot of people do. If you're crazy like me, we walked. Or you can take, it's not like a Jeep tour, but they have like a Toyota Sequoia hooked up to a trailer that you can sit in the trailer, and they take you through the entire Dogwood Canyon. And it's a really cool tour. I didn't do it. I walked the entire time because I'm a man like that, okay? But I was sure tired and sore the next day. It is a popular trail for hiking and walking, but you can still enjoy some solitude during quieter times of the day. It is a $23 entrance fee to enter Dogwood Canyon, but it is like absolutely a very beautiful park to go to. If you want to see probably the most beautiful park around this area, here you go. It does say that it takes about 2 hours to walk it, but I guarantee you're gonna spend a lot more than 2 hours there, because you're gonna wanna walk, and then you're gonna wanna look at stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure it took us 4 hours to walk 3 miles and 3 miles back, because there's so many things to stop and look at along the way. I mean, that's the Johnny Morris experience. Now, you can go horseback riding, trout fishing, and they also have places to eat there too, where you can sit by the water. If you want a really cool hiking trail, this is the place to go. Now, if you wanna know of more trails, drop it down in the comments. If you want a part 2 of this video, maybe we'll go of trails in all of Missouri, maybe the best trails of Missouri? Let us know down in the comments. I want to know from you. And if you want to know more resources about the trails, go to alltrails.com. That's where we got a lot of our information on how long it was and stuff like that. If you want more expert level trails, obviously go to alltrails.com. It's a great website you can check out. And if you want to know more about Springfield, check out this playlist right over here. If you want to find some houses, obviously, check out wiserlivingrealty.com. And don't forget, especially going down to Lamping, Missouri, you watch for deer. Okay, you ready?